Hey guys, I want to show you the difference between a fir tree and a spruce tree. This is a mature fir tree, balsam fir. And notice how the bark is. It's rather, it is smooth compared to, a spruce tree. And this one over here is a mature spruce tree. Look how flaky and rough that surface is. That's a spruce tree. I'm going to show you the difference in the needles. And here's the needles of a fir tree. If you look at them, they're flat. And I'll give you a side view of it. See how they, a flat line comes down here and then they jet out and they're flat and they're soft. Like, they don't prick you. And the underneath is always a lighter color than the top half. Now these ones here are the classic Christmas tree is a balsam fir. Sometimes you get someone that runs into a spruce tree and you'll know it. You start cutting that down, they are prickly and they'll actually somewhat hurt. However, here's another fir tree. You can see it's all flat. You will get some fir, it'll be more round, but you can still tell it's fir. If you look at this one, that one, well, this isn't too bad, but this one here is more round, but it's still flat. And then you can get the really flat ones like these. It's all the same wood, it's all balsam fir. I'm going to try to find a spruce tree and I'll get back to you then. I wanted to show you the difference because a lot of people don't know the difference between a spruce tree and a fir. Because they do look a lot alike, but there are some differences that I want to show you. So, see you in a couple. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm still in the process of looking for a spruce tree, but I wanted to show you this. This is another indication of a fir tree. And they have all these bubbles, as you can see. And when you prick them, that resin comes out. Now that there is great, a great fire starter. And you can take, when it's wet conditions, all these bubbles you can see here, you can take a whole handful of little twigs like this and just take them and scrape them up and down this tree. And you coat the whole bundle of these twigs with this sap. And see, look at that running down through there. You just bust those bubbles. Well, when you're scraping with the whole bundle of these, it will, coat the wet little twigs. And if they're little twigs and they're coated, that will burn enough that it will dry out the twigs, so the twigs will start, and then you can add more wood to it to, for you to get a fire going. But that's the fir tree, and those little, like I say, those little blisters there are solid full of pitch and sap, and that's a great fire starter. Such. I'm sorry, I'm kind of scattered-brained because I'm looking around at the same time, and I'm sorry if I'm stumbling over words, but I'm kind of looking, at the birch trees. I'm looking for chaga, I'm looking for horse hoof fungus and such, and I'm going to dry it out, and well, I'm kind of looking around getting everything at the same time, but I thought I would show you this video on the difference between a fir and a spruce tree. So I'm going to turn you back on, like I say, when I find a spruce tree. Bye for now. I'm still looking for the elusive spruce tree at the moment. But I told you that these can be round at some point. Now if you look at these ones, these are pretty round. But the needles themselves are still flat. And you look underneath of it, and it's still a paler color. So this is still fir, but it does come round. And when you find a spruce tree, they're always round like this. But look how rounded that is. But that's still, fir. Okay guys, here's a spruce tree. Look how rounded that is. You know, look how the nice, they're really short. Here's a fir tree right beside it. You can see how flat they are. These ones here are round, more rounded, and a little different green. And look in here. Look how coarse that bark is already going up through here. That's spruce tree. And this one is about the same size. And look at the bark on this tree. This is a fir. You know, it's nowhere near as coarse. Well, here you go right here. Here's a big spruce tree. You can see the bark again. And up here, I'll pull down the, well, maybe you can see from here. Hold on a sec. But there's the needles. You know, they're a lot smaller needles compared to the, you know, balsam fir. And they're more rounded. And like I said, they're actually, you know, some of them that you grab, actually, you know, you stick your hands in there, it's like a little bunch of little needles. And it actually hurts when you, you know, stick your hands in them. But that's the difference between a spruce tree and a fir tree. Now, spruce roots are really great for making, using as cordage. You can actually make a snare out of them, and they weave baskets out of them. They're, you know, spruce root is really, you know, a multi-use, and plus you can use the needles for tea, and you can actually eat the inner bark of spruce and fir, and you know, so they're both a very useful tree. And I'm looking around still, seeing if I could find some more, but all I'm seeing is, you know, fir. Usually all you find is spruce, but it's according on the area. So I'm going to go back to seeing if I can find tinder fungus. But that's the difference between a fir tree and a spruce tree. There you have it. I'll be back. I'm going to show you a couple of these trees. Look at this big old birch. I mean, you can see some horse hoof fungus up there and such. Of course I can't reach. I did find one piece of tinder fungus, but it was about 10 feet up and it was only small. But there's one tree. I want to show you this fir tree over here. It's a little big in the bottom. Look at this. It's swelled right up. I don't know what happened to that. And it has the normal bark and such here, but this here is all scaly and such. I don't know what happened. It's going to shoot seeds out of there or what. But you can see some birch trees around here. And I'm just looking around and seeing what I can find. But, well, I think I see some tinder fungus way up there. If you can see that black on that branch, where that little branch is coming out. I believe there's tinder fungus right there, but of course I'm not going to get that either. Or chaga, I should say. But I'm looking these trees over and seeing what I can find. I see another tree over here. It looks like it has the horse hoof. Yes, it does. It has horse hoof fungus over it. Right here. Yes, look. You can see it, you know, quite a few of them on this tree. There's a nice one right there. This is kind of greenish. You get black down here. But yeah, I'm going to grab a couple of these, but you can see all the way up through there. This tree is infested. But there's another birch tree over there and such. Right here, here's old man's beard. That's what they call old man's beard, if you can see. This is a great fire starter, hanging off of this branch here. You can see it, that fine green strand you know, and this tree's got a bunch of it. And sometimes you'll find a tree that's loaded in this, and it's great for catching a spark and you know, for a tinder bundle. But see, look at it there. It's gorgeous stuff, gorgeous stuff. So I'm going to harvest a couple of these. If I find some tinder fungus that I can get, I'll get back to you. Bye for now. Here's a unique site I wanted to show. This here is a fir tree. Right beside it is a birch tree. Look down here. They're basically growing out of the same root system. That's hugging that fir tree right up through. You don't normally see that very often. Anyway, I'm back to chaga hunting. So, just wanted to show you that. Kind of a neat tree. Okay guys, I'm back. No, I haven't found any tinder fungus yet, but I'm harvesting this one here. And what I'm doing is just going to take this top part off. Ooh. And you can see the difference in the, you know, this really dark layer and this lighter layer. This lighter layer I'm going to dry out and use for a fire starter. So I'm going to just cut the top part off because that has most of it in it. If you look here, you can barely see just a little bit of you know, color here. The top part has most of it, so I'm going to cut that off. So bear with me, I'm trying this one-handed here. And now I can take this and cut that out some more and just get this outer layer and let that dry out. But I just collected a few of these. I'll show you what I've collected thus far. Put you over here. Now, this one fungus right here, I'm going to let that dry out totally. And you can let this dry out totally. And this here, you can put a you know, fire striker. This here is all porous and stuff. You let that dry out, fire striker will light that, and that'll turn into a coal. And this here is what I was talking about. It will, you know, smolder and burn and burn and burn for, you know, quite a long time. You can transport fire, you know, back and forth by using one of those mushrooms. This is what I've done. I've just cut the top off of these mushrooms. Look at this one here. This is all, you know, good stuff. And this one, I just cut the top off of this. And this was a big mushroom, so I just have to go in here and I'll be able to get more of it. But saying this here is all the, it's the spongy feeling. This one here is darker. I think that's rotten. I'm going to throw that away. But that's what I've got thus far, and I think that's all I'm going to get for now. And I'm going to look for a tinder fungus, and I'll say goodbye whether I find any or not, but that's it for now. Hey guys, sun's starting to set, and I'm not having any luck finding any tinder fungus. It's actually rather rare, and I was lucky I found some the other day. But I'm gonna pack it in, head back. I'll look as I walk back, but it's getting sun starting to set, and not gonna be able to see me later, so I'm gonna say bye and see you on YouTube. And I want to thank all the people that have subscribed, and you know, there's a lot of people that watch my videos faithfully, and I really appreciate it. And you know, it makes me feel good, makes me want to do videos, because if somebody gets something out of them, that's what I do them for, you know. And well, see you on YouTube. Bye for now.